start to think, well, where do I want my daughter to grow up? I felt I hit the proverbial glass ceiling, and I also wanted to grow and develop myself. I'm Kathy Craig. I'm CEO and co-founder of Incisive. We create virtual reality technology, or software really, to help people improve performance or manage injuries and do lots of different things like that. I'm also a professor of experimental psychology at Ulster University, a day a week as well. So I'll keep my hand in academia because I suppose that's where I came from to get to where I am today. I grew up in Armoy, which is in North Antrim, on a sheep farm. I was one of 6 girls, but I grew up in Northern Ireland in the 1980s. It was really not a nice place to be. The Troubles were very prominent. We never would really go anywhere. You were scared to go places. You never come to Belfast. It was a city I never knew. Like a lot of young people at the time, I wanted to get out, and I suppose the way out was university. I fell in love with Edinburgh the minute I showed up in George Square. That's where the psychology building was, and headed off there in '89 to study psychology. So I had that desire to go to Europe. Ended up going to France, had a fantastic time there, but I suppose got married, had a daughter there, and then I suppose that stage of my life start to think, well, where do I want my daughter to grow up? I suppose I felt I hit the proverbial glass ceiling, and I also wanted to grow and develop myself. And I couldn't see how I could do that in my career in France. I would come back to Northern Ireland reasonably regularly, still had family around, and I could feel a change in the whole environment. There was of course the Good Friday Agreement, there was a new optimism, and it was actually sheer chance just after Eva was born, and I was thinking about now, what do I want to do, etc, etc. And there was a friend, Madeline, who was in Glasgow, said, you do know there's a position going at Queen's University? And I was like, really? It was never on my radar, and got offered the position. And then it was like, oh, what do I do now? I thought back to like the type of environment I wanted her to grow up in, because the environment does really shape you. I knew there was a good education system here. I liked the idea of the way sport was played in schools, and it was back to being a small enough country that you don't feel it's overwhelming. Like Marseille is a massive city. Like, you know, probably the population's more than the whole of Ireland in that one city. You know, so you could very quickly feel lost, whereas in Northern Ireland you've got that intimacy still with people, and that ability to sort of communicate with people, and I suppose that's where the friendliness comes in, isn't it? I think there is a certain belief in the society in Northern Ireland that you do a good turn for somebody, another good turn will be done back for you, that you don't often look for somebody to do something for you right now, but it'll come back to you. I would encourage people to explore. I think the opportunities now are even bigger than they were when I first came back, which was 2006, which is almost 17 years ago. So, you know, that opportunity is growing. And I mean, back to even the basics in life, being able to afford property, the cost of living. I know it's going up everywhere, but it's still affordable, very affordable.